What's going on, y'all? What's up? Back at it with another video. This is Joshua Tree reporting live to you at my job. So for some of you people who may not know, on a more personal note, I drive school buses on the side to support my lifestyle, along with a business that I also have to help people with their emotions, energy healing. I do subconscious work. I do tantra healing as well and things of that nature. But I want to make this quick video, and I wanted to give it to you guys right now, raw and direct, on something that I realized driving school buses after so many years, coming up as a black man in New Orleans, being more familiar with black men and the culture of black men, and more specifically on our emotional state. And the concept of the black man rage, I feel like, needs to be addressed, and it needs to have a better understanding of what is really going on, or why is that even a phenomenon in black people in general. And so I want to spread some little bit of light into that understanding, since I've been, like I said, around all these black teenagers and just thinking about, reflecting on how I was when I was coming up, when I was a kid. And so what I've realized is that black man rage starts at a young age, right? And this is going to really take off into so many layers, so just pay attention and just keep up what I'm trying to say. Black man rage starts at a young age. So what I've been experiencing with a lot of these children is a lot of these kids are very fucking emotional. The black man rage looks like a very masculine type archetype type energy. It looks like it's a very hawk type energy, like a black man could just really rip through shreds or rip through someone's body or what have you. But it's very feminine. It's a more of a feminine quality rather than a masculine quality. So a lot of these kids that's on this bus, a lot of them, are going through a lot in terms of their living conditions. They're challenged by the education. They may not even want to be present in wherever they're at in their life. Like, there's so many things going on with black teenagers, and that rage is developed, during their childhood development, and it still is present in them when they become an adult. That's why I say black man rage starts at a young age, because it starts when you're young and is carried throughout your adulthood. And so it's so important for people, or for black men specifically, to address the black man rage that's within you, because it's still present. So it's going to literally, or can destroy, or sabotage all relationships, all connections, anything that you're trying to do in life, because you do not have your motherfucking emotions under control. So moving forward, what I've realized is that this is something that is very heavy across the black culture, the black community, amongst black men in general, is that they think, or even I once thought this at one point, that if you walk around with this chip on your shoulder, if someone, give you an example, if someone stepped on your shoe, right? If someone, bumped into you or something like that, and you automatically have this resistance, you automatically have this nigga watch where you going type response, and you carry this strong ass I'll beat your ass up, you better watch where you going type response, I'm a real nigga type of response, all these things that come out when you're offended by something that offended you, that is not you being hard, that is not a masculine principle, that is not you being whatever you think you're being, that is you being very feminine. That is a feminine quality. For someone to step on your shoes and for you to feel some kind of way because they stepped on your shoes to the point you want to fight, or you even want to pull a gun out, doesn't make you hard. It doesn't make you a real nigga. It makes you sensitive. It makes you a feminine man, a highly feminine, emotional man. So for every man who thinks that they're very masculine when they're expressing that particular type of energy, you have lost yourself. You're nowhere close to being masculine at all. Masculinity deals with control, not being out of control. When you think about the feminine principle versus the masculine principle, when you think about women versus men, more women are naturally more emotional. They're more sensitive. But it seems like the roles have been reversed, where men have become way more sensitive. But and I'm not saying this that is a gender war type of talk. I'm not saying this to bash women or men. What I'm talking about is an observation, and it doesn't even have to be in this new age thing that's going on with this whole gender war shit. This happened when I was coming up. This was like in the 1990s, the early 2000s, where I seen that, even including myself, I would get offended or get very I'll get very reactive towards someone stepping on my shoes or someone saying something. And the environment created that particular behavior, because coming up in New Orleans, you know, it's a very egotistical space. So, you know, shoes matter, your clothes matter, what kind of hat you got on, what, you know, how your locks looking, whatever. Like, all these things are being judged. When you step out that door, people are judging you based on the clothes that you wear. So if someone step on your shoes, that's something that people be like, man, what you doing, man? You stepping on my kicks, man? You know, it's an automatic reaction. You have to understand that everything that is reactive based is ego based. Your ego lives off of reactivity. So when someone steps on your shoes, you do not react. You do not react. You react, that's a form of showing your femininity. How you react is not reacting. That's a form of control, which is masculinity. The black man rage is created when you are a teenager or a child. It is there, it is present, and it continues to evolve throughout your adulthood. So if, you know, society tries to play this whole black man rage thing, and they try to make it look like, you know, all black men are enraged. That's not true. That's not a fact at all. But to some extent, it has a bit of truth, because we can just observe how black men are constantly responding to the most simplest things, and they act out, hash out, to the point they want to fight, or to the point they want to pull a gun out, or to the point where they just have this emotional response that is not harmonious to whatever's going on in the situation. So black man rage is a principle of femininity. That amount of rage that you're expressing doesn't make you very masculine. It doesn't make you a hawk. It doesn't make you, it doesn't even, it gives you the false illusion to feel as if like you're in control, and it feels like you're empowered because you wish a motherfucker would come test you. That's your mindset. You wish a motherfucker would come test you because of all this rage you got sitting inside of you. No, that ain't it. That's not it. That shit is dead, and it needs to be addressed. That shit is dead. How do you counterbalance that? You have to work on your fucking emotions and stop reacting to every single thing. Our environment, that's especially New Orleans, our environment is not the best environment, let's just say. And so naturally, you're going to always have this survival protective mechanism. You're always going to feel like you're back against the wall, because you always are in a space where there's always something going on. If you're from New Orleans, you already know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to go in depth. But for any other hood, any other neighborhood, any other city around the world, if you're in an environment where you're constantly being, you know, triggered or whatever the case, if this is a black man listening to this video right now, I need you to understand something. You need to learn how to control your emotions. You need to be like a water. You need to be like the ocean that is very still. I need you to imagine that you are a very still ocean, body of water inside of you. You don't want to be this constant flow of this chaotic water flowing. You don't want to be Katrina water. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that destructive. You want to be very calm. You want to be very still. You want to be very serene. 2 resources I recommend that you read. I recommend that you read it, not audiobook it. Read it, because that's a form of masculinity. Concentration is a form of masculinity. When you're sitting down reading a book and you're actually trying to focus, that creates more masculinity. It's all about focus. Being unfocused, or just being more passive, or being more flowy, is kind of more feminine. So when you're listening to an audio in your ear, which is fine, I listen to audio all day, but I'm talking specifically to men. When you listen to audio, that's more feminine based because you're kind of just flowing with it. You're not really present. You're kind of in and out. 2 books I recommend is Emotional Intelligence 2.0 and what's the other book? The Hidden Power, Unleashing the Hidden Power, Unleashing the Power of the Subconscious Mind, something like that, by James Van Fleet. Is dealing with the subconscious, understanding the subconscious. Another book I recommend is by Eckhart Tolle. What's it called? The New Earth. I highly recommend that book because it goes so in depth with your fucking ego, and that is what you're responding with. Your ego. You're not your ego. Your ego is a very sensitive creature. It's constantly scanning for threats, and it's constantly scanning for challenges that it deems uncomfortable. And so you have to be aware of when your ego is reactive to something, aka triggered by something. It takes over your whole entire body. It possesses your whole entire actions, and now you react based off how you feel, how you feel emotionally. So it's a very thin line. Being so much in rage and being so much in defense mode, because that's what happens, right? When you're triggered by something, you're in defense mode. And so whatever that defense mechanism looks like, it could be you cursing someone out, it could be you wanting to fight, it could be you simply just being very destructive and can't be controlled. That's a strong emotion. That doesn't make you a real nigga. I'm placing emphasis on this because this is a black culture thing. That doesn't make you a real nigga. That doesn't make you a hard nigga. That makes you a sensitive man or a sensitive little boy. And I'm placing emphasis on the little boy because I said it started when you was young. It started when you was young in age, and it grew as an adult. So we're still talking about dealing with your inner child. We're still talking about dealing with the inner part of you that you did not address when you were young. When you was having all these problems, when you was going through all this rage and all this temper tantrums and all this level of defense that you was displaying in your childhood, that's when it should have been addressed. Now, granted, we don't have the tools, we don't have the knowledge, especially growing up in the black community. We didn't have none of these things. So I get it. I was one of them. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Until I turned 28, I didn't really realize how defensive I was until someone made me realize it. But I'm telling you right now, whoever is watching this video, you could reach out to me. I'm gonna make sure I leave a link. You could reach out to me. Please, 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 as the black man, get into the releasing of this quote unquote black man rage. I think that might be the end of my message. Yeah, that's the end of my message. So I just want to come on here and make that real fast, a little quick video, and drop a comment in the section. Let me know if you resonate with this. Let me know if this has helped you in some way, shape, or regard. And signing out. I'll be back for another video soon. Peace.